recently, Tiffy Oso Cornwall said, Pete, we'd like to see more Life on the Road videos. And I said, Tiff, you know, I'm not that interested, mate. To be honest with you, not that, you know, it's a pretty generic life. Not that many interesting things happen to me. Me and my big mouth. So, been a bit of an eventful week, gotta say. Alice appears to have changed colour and weight. Bigger girl now. What happened? I guess you'd have to watch the video, wouldn't you? Well, bit of a shocker. Got to the yard after my meeting with Harry on Saturday, and the lorry was doing its PMI, its 8 weekly check. And oh, by the way, it's Monday morning. Should be running on the exchange. Why are you not running on the exchange, Peter? You ask. Well, and I said to the mechanic, "Everything right?" And he went, "No, it was like someone shot me." What? He went, "Yeah." He's like, and I went, "Oh," and he saw it, and he went, "You know, sorry to give you bad news, but no easy way to break it to you." Yes, there is. Hang on, Mr. Peter, I've got some bad news for you, mate. Brace yourself. Yeah, something to do with the engine. He said, put your hand over the bit where the fuel comes out, where the oil is on the top, and so you can feel that breathing coming up. He says, it's done a piston or done something. I don't understand motors. Yeah, he said, basically, don't drive it. Which, as it stands at the moment, it will sell as a runner with an MOT. You drive it, that goes. It's scrap plus recovery charge. So I've got to go and buy myself a new truck. And I've been looking over the weekend. I was hoping to get one of Carrie's. That was kind of got a deal on that one, 9k plus the VAT, and nothing like that out there. So I'm off now to have a meeting with the office up in MK. We're going to breakfast, and I'll let you know what happens. And off we go for a meeting with the firm. I feel like a proper side of executive kind of guy. You know, very Reggie Perrin. I'm on blue. Sell, sell, sell. By the way, you're all fired. That's a nice track. Yeah, maybe it's a shape of things to come. Who knows? Right, productive meeting at the Brewers Fair in Bedford, which is across the road from Work Stories. Work Stories over there. Pick up from them quite a lot. They do furniture. Yeah, Al's found a lorry. It's not ideal. It's not what I wanted. I wanted Harry. Harry had like a Merc sleeper, lovely, automatic. This one's manual, LF, DAF, normal day cab. Don't like day cabs, but I was looking at trucks. I've been looking at 10k, 12k, 12.5k plus VAT, 7k plus, and the miles are low. And it's a DAF, and it's in Bury St Edmunds, where St Edmund is buried. That's true. So I am off. Where am I going? Going to the office. I'm going to the office to show them out and do Taco Master. Then I'm going to park up, and me and Al are going to be off to Bury St Edmunds to look at a lorry. Right. Bit of a hectic day as always. Me and Al went over to Bury St Edmunds to look at the truck. It's perfectly fine. I mean, I can't get excited about it. I wanted a bed, I wanted a Merc. I ain't happening. It's cheap. 7k. It's got a few miles on it, but they've all got a few miles on it. And the alternatives I've been looking at, 10, 12.50 with a VAT. It gets a bit heavy. I've driven it. The guy basically is, he sells tractor units, but he's doing a favour for the firm next door because they just chop their trucks in every 3 years. So they just chopped it in, and it wasn't on... It was an Auto Trader, but it wasn't on eBay. And I think that's why it hasn't been picked up. It's a nice, tidy truck. Good things about it. It's an automatic. I fancied an automatic. But it's an LF55. It's a day cab. I really didn't want a day cab. I wanted to have like a proper sleeper, a proper bed. And instead I've gone the other way round. So instead of I've lost my fold down, you lose a bit of space. You gain a couple of cup holders. So then I've now been chasing around wildly. I've had to tap a mate of mine who's going to lend me the dough, because I had it and now I haven't because Christmas has come and I'm a bit behind, so he's going to sort me out. And I'm trying to start the insurance people are promising they're going to ring me back, and they will ring me back. They've been British Choice Direct have been good as gold, but they're really, really busy at the moment, so that's it. So tomorrow Alice is going to the auction. So now I'm up here in the dark. It's about 5:30, and what I'm going to do is the auction, this Hemel Hempstead auction, they want to receive it between 8:30 and 9, because after 9 the auction starts and it will stop. So I've got so what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip everything out of Alice now, stick it in these big bags over there, those big bags over there, and shove them in the boot of my car. See you in the morning. Well, it's the next morning and I'm up at the yard. I've got to say, it's been a bit of a whirlwind. I look back at the other videos, ones I've done so far, and a few things I missed and a few things I think I should clarify. Firstly, I think since Saturday morning, I don't think my head's been completely on straight. It's like suddenly, oh my God, my lorry's gone, I'm going to have to find some dough, what am I going to do? The missus turned around and says, I'll go for a loan, pre-approved and all that, but she's not working no more. Not technically, she's not working, she's kind of doing some work for the kid at the moment, but she's turned the job in to do it, like, and so they kind of work pay slips. And went, oh, I ain't got no pay slips, you know, that ain't happening. So I rang a mate of mine, and he's the one who helped me out when I bought the van a long time ago and said, here's the situation. He said, yeah, of course, come down and see me. So, yeah, so looked at some video. I looked at the lorries over the weekend. They were all dead, like I said. And then I had a meeting with Al yesterday morning and Jem, and he'd found one that I hadn't found, like I said. Which was handy because it was considerably cheaper, and I think I've just been all over the shop since then. So then just going through the motions really. It's really, the thing is, and Al said this, and I've said this one before, is it's one step at a time. When the aeroplane's on fire and you haven't got a parachute, you chuck yourself out the aeroplane because at least you won't burn to death. You worry about the next bit next, like, you know. So I was up here last night. This is the contents of the Mini. Large bags of stuff. Molly's cushion. She made that in art or something like that. And so the next thing I've got to do is I've got to take Alice, who's parked over there, to the auction in Hemel. Never done an auction before. Obviously you could sell it privately, but I'd have to be honest, I'd have to say there's a problem with the engine. You don't want to come back, you stick it in the auction. That was what I was going to say. Yes, I didn't do anything about the lorry when I got there, but the thing is, when I got there, I was there with Al. It's never great to make videos with other people. And I was going to pull my phone out and go, here it is, and the bloke turned up with the keys, and I thought, if he sees me making videos, he might think that we're on sort of Crime Stoppers or something like that. So what are you doing filming it? So what we did is we looked at the lorry. It was on a unit. The reason they're selling it, he only really sells tractor units, this guy. Sounds like a nice guy. Didn't even take a deposit. He said, gentleman's agreement, not taking a deposit. He said, but the only reason I'm selling it, and as I pulled in, there was a big firm on the left-hand side, that basically, a big courier firm, and they've obviously said, Steve, can you get rid of this lorry for me? So he said, he's probably going, yeah, I'll just chop it out, no problem, like, you know. So that's what I hope is the case anyway. So I did, however, find it on, I took a photo of it on the old Auto Traders. That's coming up, like, you know. And, but yeah, so today's plan, take Alice to the auction, get that one chopped. Lisa's going to pin me up from the auction. Then I'm off to Leather Lane to meet my mate who's going to weigh me in with the Reggies. Didn't get around to sorting insurance out in the end. I think it ran a little bit too late, and change the operators over. And then tomorrow, pick up the truck. The only thing is, between now and then, I've got to drive Alice to the auction. And the mechanic said, don't drive the lorry. And the auction is 18 minutes drive away. So I'm just hoping that in the next, he said it could go tomorrow, it could last a year. I'm just hoping it lasts the next 18 minutes. Watch your space. Well, here we go then. think the engine did start to sound a little bit different from about Wednesday, Thursday. I turned it on and I thought, oh, that's unusual. But it wasn't dramatically different in the stage that I didn't think, oh Christ, what's that? So the sat nav, Waze is on. Waze is saying 11 miles 25 minutes. The auction is at HTC, behind HTC and Boundary Way in Hemel Hempstead. So this will be a new one for me. I'm going to be there early. They said they've got to take it in between 8:30 and 9, and they're later than 9 and they can't because the auction starts. It won't go in today's auction because, well, we don't want it in today's auction. They won't have a chance to have a look at it. They won't have a look at it before they buy it, don't they, really? In fairness, some of them, the engine thing, she's a damn good truck. You know, the tail works fine, all the lights are on, the brake test works, it's had a new clutch, it's had a new ring gear, it's all on the, got all the paperwork with it. If you knew what you were doing, there's one of these lorries up at Walker's Transport that is up for 9k. And it's practically, it's not even as nice as mine, because it hasn't got the sleeper bed in it. So if you knew what you were doing, you could do a little bit of a rebuild, but I don't know what I'm doing. So that's my problem, really. But so, we're just, fingers crossed, 25 minutes, auction, here we come. We made it. I thought we would. I'm fairly, like the mechanic said, he said it might run for a day, it might run for a year, and I think it'll be fine. Just had a chat with the guy at the auction, very nice geezer, after he said don't park in front of the gates. That's what I told you to go over there. So I went over there, he said you blocked my car in now. You told me to go over it. But no, nice geezer. He seems to reckon, based on the Royal Mail ones, 1.5, 2k. He said, what do you want for it? I said, I don't care. I didn't tell him about the engine. He said, it smells a bit oily. I said, does it? It's got all PMI checks. It's an auction. If I wanted to sell it and tell it, if I was going to sell it on eBay or I was going to sell it privately, I would tell people about the engine. It's an auction. It's sold as seen. People don't go to work. If you were going to buy this from a dealer, you're looking at 5 to 8k. If you buy it for 2k and the engine blows up, you spend 3k building the engine. You've got the van you would have got from the dealer with a new engine. You've got a jigsaw van. I used to have jigsaw vans. All I've got to do is strip the last bits now. The flag's got to come down. Took the photo of the family. That was on the dashboard, the comb. And also the phone. Oh, and I'm going to show you this. You know I was going to do one on Pimp My Ride. This is the new. So what we got is we've got the Bluetooth. And we got the cradle. Got the Osmo camera stuck on the bike. That's got to come down. And you put the phone in the cradle and the phone goes like that. And it closes to the phone. Brilliant. Yeah, lovely. And it's stuck on by this suction cap. These suction caps are really good. Look at that. Yeah. The reason suction caps are really good is because I stuck it on with Gorilla Glue. Because every time I stuck it with the suction cap, it just fell off. And now I'm going to have to chisel it off with the Gorilla Glue, take the flag down, and fill in my details. And wait for the missus to pick me up. All right, see what happens. Last thing I've got to do is just lock out the tacho. So we go bed, split the card out, that's me. Pom 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 pom. Then country UK, yes. And I'll get driving with that car. Well, in fairness, I don't know if I'll get driving with that car because they tell me I'm not even allowed to go in the yard, so I think it's someone else takes it from this point. So just go like that. That's the end of my day. That's a very short day driving. So that one comes out, and in goes the company card, which is the yellow one. Goes in like that. I hope I'm doing this right, Daniel. If not, it means the person who takes the truck after me's got to change the entire tacho head because the tacho hasn't been knocked out. Oh, that will come up in a minute as Vango Transport. There we go. Terrific. Already locked in. Okay. Right, and I suppose we split this out. And it will ask me if I want to lock the card out. I believe that's what we do. Right. Eject. Hello. There you go, transport. Company lockout, no. Company lockout, yes. Yes, we want to lock that out. Okay, and I believe company locked out. Okay. And it should spit the card out, and that means the people that have the lorry after me will put their card in, like that, finger down, and lock their own company in. I hope she goes to a good home. Well, you know, as we go, do we? Got to just do one thing. Bye, Alice. You've been a great truck. Good luck on your journey forwards. She's been a good lorry. You got to give it to her. So anyway, so I'm just there. I'm standing, and I'm there. I'm quarter of an hour, 20 minutes goes by, and I'm like, they said you've got to be here by 8:30. If you're not here by by 9 o'clock, it's out. And so I rang the guy. I thought it was a woman at first, and I said, I'm speaking to this gentleman, elderly gentleman, actually probably not elderly, probably my age. I said, I don't know what to do next. He said, it's done. He said, you can go. You know, you've left your logbook, you've left your keys, you left your VAT number, you left your address, off your pop light. So there we go. So I'm off now. Lisa's going to meet me 9 o'clock, 10 minutes. Might take a little walk forward, and yeah, off to see Richard, off to Leather Lane. And of course, because we're off to Leather Lane, which is bang in the heart of London, kind of Hatton Garden, kind of diamond land, we'll be going in the posh car. We'll be going in the wife's car, because that's going to be Euro 6, and therefore I've just got to pay the congestion charge, not the ULEZ. Apparently, cars other than black Minis do exist. Never seen one. Never let me go. And here we are in London's Leather Lane, the bustling markets of London. Not like they used to be. It's all food now, look. It's all katsu curry and lamb kebab and stuff like that. Not like when I used to do it. They always say you can take the boy out of the market. You can't take the market out of the boy. Yeah, you can. You put him in a truck. So I'm going to see my friend now, who's going to weigh me in with some dough. Grab a coffee. I'm very kind. And onwards and upwards, eh? Welcome to London, where nothing moves. Kind of weird driving around London, because I used to do it all the time when I was on the markets. So I used to work it. And you'd do it when you was driving around in the Luton, because you'd be doing deliveries here, there and everywhere, and then they put Zone on, and now I don't come in a lorry, and I've got to say, I do not miss it. It's kind of, it's too many people there. It's nice to see the architecture. It was nice, nice to see your mates and all that kind of stuff, and see the old familiar sights like. But do I miss driving around London? No, I do not. Or you'll leave that to like Dave the Crisps, who's in a motor like that one up ahead. Although he's changed it in now. He hasn't got that's the TX4. He's got the Merc now. This is much more comfortable. The man on a bike. Back at the yard. Here's a little poem. I had a lorry called Alice, and she was good. Here is the place where Alice once stood. What do you do when your truck is gone? You go and buy another one. Morning everybody. Day 3. I've been off the road for 3 days now, which is not ideal, but in this game, you've got to make contingencies. You can't think, I'm going to be able to run all the time, I'm going to get jobs all the time, I'm going to get jobs after Christmas, I'm going to get jobs on weekends. It doesn't work that way. And I did have a bit like, so I had a bit stuck by it, but I didn't really want to use it. So fortunately, a mate of mine said that I'll just help you out, just sort me out later, like, you know, nice guy. So anyway, day 3, plan today, we're going to get a lorry. I'm starting the big jobs on the way back. It's my first day in a big boy truck. I've never driven an 18 tonne before. I've driven it. Is that right? Yeah, of course it is. I drove on my test, and I drove obviously on the lead up to the test. And I have driven 18 tonnes around the yard when I've been shunting, moving pallets from side to side, but I've never actually been out on the road on one. Having said that, it's an auto. It's short. It's basically the same width as mine. It's just a little bit higher. And I'm coming back from Bury St Edmunds, which is all those nice, easy Oxford to Cambridge New Road, Black Cat roundabout, A421, places that I'm used to. And I'm not going to try and do this one coming out of MK this afternoon, picking up between like 12 and 4, like 6 heavy pallets. Shouldn't be the end of the world. If I can grab that, drop it in the morning, on we go. So here we have, this is the contents of what came out of Alice. So I've now got to go through all this because I'm now going from a sleeper to a day cab. There's a lot of stuff I don't need. So this is, if I stay overnight in a hotel, this I probably am kind of going to need because I can't sleep in the cab no more. I can't fold the bed down no more. And if I stay, I've got to have my 9/11 hours rest. And you can't have it in a lorry, they won't take it. If you haven't got a proper sleeping setup, you can't just go, I had a kip in that I just sort of slept on the chair like that, mate. No. Something happens, that's no good. So it is hotel, which means it's going to be very prohibitive for me to get a job out because hotel prices are dear at the moment. So chances are I'm probably going to run around town. So this is going to get a Spanish Archer. That was going along there. Removal blankets. These used to double for sort of packing loads and also blankets for the back when I got cold, alongside the Mickey Mouse thinner than tissue paper sleeping bag. That's over there. Kids cushion that she made in art class, which I was used to hold down the PODs. Maybe, I don't know about that. Because there's kind of sentimental value on that one, but I don't really need it. I might stick it in the bedroom or something like that. And then we have this, the big scary bag of stuff. And in the big, this is basically, I just took everything out of the cab and slung it all in. So I'm just going to have a quick look through, and we're going to work out, we're going to play higher or lower. Do we need it or not? So what have we got in the bag? High vis. Definitely need. Spare high vis. Mickey Mouse one. It's a cyclist. See you later, Taylor. Windscreen cleaner, need that. No spare high vis. I'm nothing if not prepared. Brush, yep. Spare pair of gloves and gloves for the curtain. Probably take those. Bulb kit, yep. Mask, don't need them no more. Cap, makes me look stupid. Cap, gets me on building sites. That's a need. Big high vis for the cold. Stick up there for now. Coat in case it rains, yep. Union flag, sign of hope. That's definitely going up. This, I wanted to show you this, is Pin My Ride. All these like wires and cables and stuff which will enable me to put my new Super Duper foldy phone, which I was going to do this week, but I kind of got a bit preoccupied, on the dashboard, which I also managed to get. You saw the glue earlier on in the video. It's a bit sticky. Yeah, we're going to have to do something with that. I'm not quite sure when. Another one of those. Okay, well that guy can go over there then. Magic trees. Stop things from smelling. Another cap from my mates at the Circuit Mob who give me money. Yeah, right. Pens for writing PODs. There are yes. POD folder. Definite yes. Notebooks, defect books. I thought I saw this, it gets boring. People go, what do you mean gets? Got boring ages ago. That's got to go over there. Bins, yeah, we need those. Torch for water, check, yeah. Empty plastic bottle. I'm not telling you what that's for. Use your imagination. Another set of gloves. This is the gloves I need. I'm going to have to go through them. I don't really like to take them out. No, kill sets of gloves, it's just overkill. Wipes, more taco books. Fantastic novels from a genius novelist that were really good read and are available at the website. Just please follow the link or click at the end of it. Absolute must. I carry these just in case sometimes I'm having a chat with people on site and we get talking and I go, yeah, I'll read this, mate. It might open your eyes a bit. That's a high vis. That's another high vis. What have I got? Like half a dozen high vises. Which one do I need? That one, I think. Oh no, yeah, put it on. It's a fashion statement. So that I don't get one of those in the front room. You go over there. Notepads, yeah. Glasses, yeah, so I get on site. Headphones for when we do the hands-free thing, definitely those. Spare CD holder in case that one doesn't work. Things that make me video while driving, very cool. Piece of rope. That goes in the back. I tie it down, so it helps me get in, so we won't use that. Bumper spray for the DAF, probably not important right now. This turns into a computer, because I think I'm going to spend an awful lot more time now on RDCs. I think I'm going to spend a lot more time where I'll probably do Amazon, you know, 10 pallets, 12 pallets, pick up in MK, wait Amazon until that's get loaded. I'm just going to go in the caf, open that up, do some writing. Cool with that. Squash. Got to keep yourself hydrated. Stapler for the OD. It turns out that most, I'm just going to put everything back in the bag, aren't I? That's the way it's going. What else have we got in here? Some more things. Spare taco rolls, sellotape, window lead, and a pen. I don't need those. So as it turns out, of everything that I thought I had in the cab, stuff that I need, huge pile here, stuff that I don't need, 4 things over there. Oh, that's a waste of time. Okay, right. Oh, there's one other thing I do need. I'll show you. Hold on a second. Yeah, the other thing we need is this guy. This is Charlie. His name is Charlie, and he has travelled with me since I was on the markets. He was in the Lutons beforehand. He might even have been back in Forest Shirley. I'm not sure. Molly bought me this when she was young, and he keeps me safe on the road. Most important thing in the truck. I worked out what to do with the overnight bag. What I've done is I basically put it delicately on top of my wardrobe. This has 2 major advantages. One, it means that if a job does come in, say for example, one comes in for the morning or something like that, or I'm sitting there waiting for a job because I couldn't get one, and one pings up going up to like Glasgow or Edinburgh or I don't know, Exeter, Plymouth, that kind of way, I can bid on it. I can still be there in like half hour, 3/4 an hour. I won't have to worry about packing a bag. I can just go out of the wardrobe, pick the bag off the top, sling it in the Mini. Goes, it can sit, because it could sit, you know, like in the passenger well, you know, where the spare seat is for like the, you know, 'cause it's a 2-seater this one. It could just sit down there. I've left it there before when I was in Alice before, but it kind of gets on my nerves. And I think, well, if sometimes they do. The other day at Mobile X or the oil place, did I posted that one? That was a short. I might put that one up. He says, "Can I just jump in?" And if there's a bag there, it's a pain for him. So it's going to sit there ready to go. In case I ever do get a job which is worth the money, which will be paid the hotel fee, which will make it worth an overnight. And 2, most importantly, I couldn't be bothered to unpack it. I thought, just stick on top of the wardrobe, I'll worry about it later. Well, here we are at the yards waiting for Alan. He's just run me, he's going to be about 5 minutes. Got the yellow box full of all the straps. Got the big black bag full of the decanted stuff, missing the 4 pieces that I decided I didn't need in the new lorry. They're going to go in the boot of the BM, and then we're off to Bury St Edmunds, and then that'll all go in the lorry, which means that when I'm driving home from Bury St Edmunds, if a job pings up, you know, Cambridge or Milton Keynes or Bedford, maybe picking up this afternoon, delivering in the morning, I'm good to go. 18 tonne, exciting. And here she is. Here's the new lorry, who hasn't got a name yet, so I've got to work out what name it is. What a lovely guy. Steve has turned out to be fantastic, absolutely spot on all the way along, easy going. He's kind of retiring a little bit. I said, I wanted to meet you when you had all your trucks. He said, why? I said, I have my choice. He said, no you don't, you want a truck, I can get one like that. He might just prove to be one of my guardian angels. So I'm unpacking the big black bag now. How was that, Mark? BMW rather. Sorting out the tax and all that. I've done the company card lock-in. put my driver's card in, done my walk around check, carry on doing that while I'm just double checking, make sure I work out how to close the side curtains, it's different. And then I've got to drive 18 ton. I feel slightly nervous, I don't know why. I've done everything I can possibly do. I've checked it, I've worked out how the tail lift works, I've worked out how the back door shuts, I've worked out how the central locking works, I've tuned the radio in with my Bluetooth pin, my ride thing. Only one of the speakers works, I have to sort that out. That's going to drive me mad. I've got a mess in my cab at the moment, so these are the things I'm not quite sure where they're going. Everything else is unpacked, where it went before. Flag's got to go up, probably need a stick for that. I can put it off no longer. 18 ton, time to hit the road. I've gone to press the clutch down and it hasn't got a clutch, has it? It's got a tortoise instead. Off we go. Bingo bango. Actually, it's not the tortoise, let's have the D. Guys following me out to let me out the gate, which is a good sign, because if he thought if the lorry was going to explode the second I left the yard, he wouldn't be here, would he? He's got his done. Really nice guy. He deals in them all the time. He reckons he can get me some more. So anyway, the open road, the petrol station, here we come. Well, here we are in the 18 ton. I've just pulled into Luton. Yeah, I'm happy, very happy. I changed it from kilometres to miles. I wasn't sure, I'm a bit clueless when it comes down to kilometres and miles. It's done 268,000 miles, which for an 18 ton truck isn't that much. I imagine being pallet weights, it must have done a lot of local deliveries and all that kind of stuff, like, you know. Things I've noticed, this back seat, I don't seem to be able, I'm doing the thing to ping it forward, it doesn't ping forward, so when I get back to the yard I'm going to have to have a go at the seat, because that's a bit uncomfortable. And I've got all them buttons down the side, which I've never had on the old one. I've got an air seat now, so you get these buttons that pump it up and it gets harder and softer and all these kind of things. Never understood any of them. I've got the manual, I might have to go through the manual. Chances are I'll probably do the bloke thing and just basically muck around with it until it works. That curtain is coming apart. It's tearing, I can see it in that way, I can see it in the mirror over there. So I'm going to get some cable ties on that when I get back to the yard. Other than that, oh, and of course I had the tyre light come on. Oh, one scary thing, I barely made it to the petrol station. Pulled in to get diesel. I put 100 litres of diesel in. It's quarter full. Having said that, it hasn't moved. I've been driving for an hour and the needle hasn't moved, which leads me to believe I'm going to have to spend a lot less time filling up for diesel. I mean, I'll probably fill up on a Monday morning with the absolute shocker of how much. But that'll last me a week, I hope, running backwards and forwards. And that'll save me loads of time. And also, it means I can do the Diablo at the same time, because filling up for diesel is great. The steering is lighter. It's nice being higher up. I like the higher up thing. I'm gonna have to do a thing. I've got worked out. I've picked my ride, so it's all gone all kind of Bluetoothy wireless now. I've got to stick the new control on the dashboard, because with the new trendy phone, what I can do is I'm gonna have two apps running at the same time. And on the way home, it's already once tried to take me. With Waze, it doesn't know any better, does it? It's tried to take me through Cobham, just through Hitchin, which is 7.5 tons. And like in the old days, of course, in Alice, I could go wherever I wanted. But now, I've got to watch all these ones. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that Road Lords navigation a bash. But this time, I'm going to program it with an 18 ton. Whereas before, bouncy seats. Whereas before it was programmed for 7.5, and it kind of took me everywhere because it's kind of good. I'm going to see, because someone said on the Q&A recently that it's powered by TomTom, and I'm figuring, well, it's powered by TomTom, so it's by the TomTom, isn't it? So we'll see on that one. Other than that, you know, I do the curtain, fix the seat. I need a little stick, a bamboo stick, and some cable ties to put the Union flag up behind me. And that'll be just like Shirley. Shirley was a day cab, in fairness. She had 3 seats. It's only got 2. It's got a bit in the middle, which is quite nice. I've got cup holders. It's a DAF with cup holders. Wonders will never cease. If anyone would think the drivers, you're in a cab for like 8, 9, 10 hours a day, you might want a cup of tea or a flask, but that's just wrong, isn't it? It's high as well. I've got to say, I'm looking at bridges all the time now. Looking at buses in front of me, going, there's a bus in front of me. I feel better. As it is, I'm in Luton, so I know I'm heading back towards the motorway now, and I'm going to go back for junction 11A because I know how to get off that way. But the other things I have to work out: routes back in, routes back out. It's another ball game, like the change from how strange the change from 7.5 tonne to 18 tonne. Is that Ella Fitzgerald? I think they're covered it. Yes, that's it. And I'm never going roundabouts. I thought roundabouts. How am I going to? Admittedly, I'm not loaded. But roundabouts have not proved to be a problem. I've come back from, it's a 2-hour drive from Bury St Edmunds back. It's a lot of it's kind of Duxford, that kind of way. But then I'm going through towns now. Mogadishu, not an issue. So yeah, that's it. I'll give you a shout when I get back to the yard. We're gonna park it in the old space there, and yeah, keep you informed. Right, I'm back at the yard now. So in true Coast style here, I'm filming on my phone while driving, but I can do that because I'm back at the yard, so I'm not actually on the road. See that thing over there? Can I zoom in on this? That thing there, yeah, what's that? It started beeping. It's gone red, beep, 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 as I went down a gradient slowly, and then it's gone green. And I wonder if it's got something to do with, I wonder if I've got an immobiliser on this to stop it starting. So that's one thing. Number two, this one we probably all know about. These, I assume, this one here is the difference between manual and automatic. You click that to change it over. That one there is to change up and down, I guess. I won't be mucking around with that. I should just be using this. Yeah, that's about it. Right, I'm just going to go and get the paddock truck on now. Have a go at the curtain. Got a job for the morning. Tomorrow I shall be driving around Hemel, Oxford, and well, Hemel, Abingdon, and it's not Hemel. Picking up in Hemel. High Wycombe, Oxford, just delivering wood. It's not the greatest paying job in the world, but it's my mate Simon. He hasn't got any money on it, and this time of year, day rate, I'll take it. 7 drops. Do them 7 drops, and also I'll give me practice driving around, mucking around with sat-navs, saying how it fits in with bridges. So anyway, there you go, because got to go and get paddock truck. And I need to get one of these. That's the wand. Let's have a look at the connection that goes in there. Got one of them before, got them off eBay. They ain't dead. Right, thanks to the wonderful people about Hughes Driver Training. These are the things. This one here is that makes you go up and down. It's the downy uppy, and then when you get to the right, apparently you get to the right level, you lock it off with this one, or maybe it's up and down, and maybe it's that's a little bit. Maybe that's does the air seat. Oh my good God. I think you've got to turn it on, and that goes up and down, and that one locks it off or on or something like that, and that one makes it more or less bouncy apparently, and that makes it go backwards and forwards, which wasn't working before, but he got it working. So I'm going to have a play with the seat now. Right, engine on. That's working again. I think that beepy thing's a reversing sensor, although white's on, you know, like a proximity sensor or something like that. Right, shut up. Well, now see, so I think it's if you're close to things, that could be useful. So, we want to go, that's down, that's no good, we want up, and then up a bit. Whoa, hey, that's a bit high, down a bit, that's kind of adjusting, so that tells you what level you want it at. Oh, I'm going to pull this forward, the steering wheel's too forward for me. There's a trigger underneath called steering wheel forward. That's a bit too much, that's better. Yeah, so let's go up a bit more then. Yeah, lovely. No, that's a bit. So one is to turn the air on. That's to do. That's to make it. Second one, make it go up and down. First one, turn the air on. That's the one nearest it. Second one, make it go up and down. Third one, no idea what the third one does. I think that's like a minor adjust. Fourth one, how bouncy do you want it? So down is not very bouncy at all. Up is I'm on a bouncy castle. I'm feeling a bit seasick. Oh look. I'm going down. Somewhere in between? Somewhere in between. Oh, my name is Kenny and I'm a kangaroo, garoo. This, do you know, I make the most entertaining videos. Thank God it's nearly at the end. Well, we're back. It's raining. It keeps the place green, doesn't it, really? Yeah, not scary. Getting the hang of it, got the cable sorted the way I want it now, doing bits and pieces. got to get a couple of bits. Got to get some glue for the to pimp my ride. Gonna have to get some sticks to put the Union flag up. But once that's all done, look at the size of it. The height of this thing, and there's an Arctic. Mine's taller than an Arctic. I don't think there's a big trailer on that one, in fairness. I'll get that boy under bridges, and I'm going to do Lathams tomorrow, so that's going to be fun. But throw yourself into the deep end. You know it works, doesn't it? Really? Hold your nose and jump. So, on a final note, I'm going to leave you all with a poem. I'm back at the yard. It wasn't so hard in the place where Alice once stood. I've sorted out the seat and I've sorted out the beep, and tomorrow I'm picking up wood. I moved from a van to an 18-ton truck, and you might think it's funny, but to me, tomorrow, me and a big boy vehicle are going to, I just can't think of the last line. Take care, take money. And with Charlie safely ensconced in his new home, it's time to hit the road.